I just wanted to elaborate a little bit further on my last video about wisdom, culture, equality, and the unknown. And I wanted to tie in one of our lessons to that to give you a little bit more clarity on what I was actually building on. One of the things that I talked about in that last video was about how engaging the unknown allows us to lessen the anxiety and fear that's oftentimes associated with the unknown. And we do that by assessing and accessing wisdom of that particular culture, regardless of what that domain is. If that domain is we are fearful, we have anxiety about the dentist or about a certain procedure at the hospital or anything, to make that unknown known, we have to engage wisdom of that particular culture or that domain, because that allows us to have a sense of equilibrium, stability, balance, homeostasis in relationship to the unknown. Now, one of the lessons that also relates to that is our equality degree in the 1 to 14s, which asks us the question, why does the devil teach and keep our people illiterate? And the answer to that question is, so he can use them for a tool and also as a slave. He keeps them blind to themselves so he can master them. Illiterate means ignorant. So a lot of times the anxiety and fear that we have is because of the deliberate mis and disinformation that is put out there. A lot of people are not taught on purpose. A lot of us grow up illiterate, meaning not able to only read words on paper, but being able to just read people and life situations. And it is through that illiteracy or through that ignorance that we oftentimes find ourselves being mastered or being slaves to the inability to control our destiny, and slaves to our fears and our anxieties. So that lesson elaborates a little bit further on how those conditions have been set up and what we need to do in addition to what I was talking about in regards to assessing and accessing wisdom of culture or a particular domain. We have to be literate. You know, accessing wisdom of culture and lessening the impact of the anxiety associated with the unknown and the fear also empowers us to be masters over our destiny and not be mastered. Because most of us have been used as a tool and as a slave simply because we have not taken the opportunity to access wisdom of a particular culture or a domain, so that we can lessen the anxiety and the fear that's associated with the unknown, because a lot of us have been taught and conditioned to be that way. That is why we have the 85% of the majority of the population who are blind, deaf, and dumb, who are easily in the wrong direction, hard to lead the right direction. If you're literate, if you can read people, places, and things, it's hard for somebody to master you or to lead you in the wrong direction. So I will, this was inspiring, empowering, it was educational, gave those of you a little bit more clarity on that recent build about wisdom, culture, equality, and the unknown as it relates to that equality degree in our 1 to 14s. Why does the devil teach and keep our people illiterate? So he can use us for a tool and also as a slave. He keeps us blind to ourselves so he can master us. Illiterate means ignorant. Peace.